friends, through Entheogenic here. So we're gonna actually be doing this with the flow hood on. You don't need to have a flow hood, but this was the Zico tub that we birthed together in a previous video. I am doing this in front of a flow hood. I hope the noise isn't too much, but I'm doing that because I will be printing these, and I want to make sure I'm sending out sterile specimens to happy customers and myco friends. So I have my gloves on. I have rubbed myself down with alcohol, and this is the Zico. We did open air together. Can you hear the angels singing? I can. So this is going to take a long time, this tub. So I'm going to record this, and you guys are just going to have to bear with me. I love you so much, but look how great this looks. Awesome. So I already removed the tape. I had this black electrical tape all the way around. I did remove that. So when I'm going to print mushrooms, the first thing I like to do, so that's why I'm doing this. You're probably like, why is she misting her tub? If they're a little moist, they print better. So the first thing I do when I open a tub of mushrooms is I mist them on top of the caps, because I don't open my tubs for misting. So this tub has been going since the 20th and hasn't had any rehydration. But I want some good healthy spore prints. And being in front of the flow hood is a little bit drying. So your process for for removing the mushrooms and what you're doing them is going to be a little bit different than mine. So if I were just going through this tub and I was like, you know, just wanting to have these beautiful mushrooms and that was it, like for myself, I would, and not printing them, I would do this differently. So I'm going to show you the pulling method, and that's going to be just really short and sweet, and then I will be doing a separate video on printing. So I'm going to just take the lid off the tub here, and we're just going to so this mushroom here is not suitable for printing. What I do is I like the pull and twist method. So I'm just pulling, twisting. Also, moisturizing your substrate in advance, like I just did misting it, will make your mushrooms come out a little bit easier. So these are smaller mushrooms. They'll get bigger in subsequent flushes. But so you're basically going to go through and you're just going to pull all the mushrooms by pulling, twisting, and you're going to get all the side pins, every single pin off that cake. And then we'll go over, I'm going to pause this video, and then this will actually be a a 3-part video. I will get back on and I will show you how I clean up my cake, how I rehydrate it, and prepare it for next flush. Love you guys. Hey friends. Okay, so I am never somebody who's going to tell you that my way is the best way. It's just not how I operate. My way probably isn't the best way. I'm sure it's not the best way. Like, nothing I do is probably the best way, but it's what works for me. So this is a little off center because I am going to print a mushroom and show you how I do it. And let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing I like to do is take my cards. They are 3x5 cards that are glossy on one side. On the glossy side, I take an alcohol pad and I wipe down the front of the cards and I let them dry. I have a pan here from Dollar Tree that I use, and it can fit 9 prints, sometimes more if I'm being risky. And I'm actually just laying them in the pan for now. I'm not doing anything else. This will be a 2-part video because we'll go through the process of removing the mushrooms from the prints so that you don't smudge them. But that won't be a video that can be recorded for 24 hours. I like to get really nice dark thick prints, so I let them go as long as I can. All right, so I've got some cards there. Hopefully this is you can see this once I remove that top lid. My work area is messy. That's normal. Don't judge me. And if you do, that's fine. Whatever. Have fun with that. All right, so again, want to make sure that your mushrooms are moist on the caps. for the best, darkest prints. I'm going to twist and pull. Lots of good clusters on this. I see one that I'm going to print here. It's actually this one, so I'm just going to twist and pinch, and I'm going to set that cap on my card. And this guy, I think he would be great for one of those little lockets. So I'm gonna actually set him on a card because we'll put him in a locket. As with everything, I'm always willing to share where I got things because I just absolutely think that gatekeeping is dumb as shit, and you'll never see me doing that. If I find something cool, I'm gonna be sharing that because, you know, why not? Why not? Oops, we had a crash. Okay, so I'm just gonna let the alcohol dry on this for a minute. We're gonna keep printing our mushrooms. It's not abnormal for first flush on a cube to get some smaller mushrooms. I've only grown this once before, so I haven't completely isolated it yet where I'm getting just huge, ginormous fruits yet. And again, it is first flush. Look at that canopy though, like that's wild. I'll probably be working on this all night. These are such cute mushrooms. They're so cute. Oh, he took somebody's business with him there. I pulled part of my printout. If you guys are printing, be sure that you remove the veil if it's like some of it's stuck on there still. You want to try to work quickly and then keep your tub closed so you're not drying out your mushrooms too much. So like I do one tray at a time, and then I put them away in a sealed area, and put the tray away, and then get started on my next tray with the tub closed. All right, there we go. This locket should be dry now. I like to print the front of the locket where the magnets are. And I just kind of like set him in there and let him do his little mushroom thing. All right, I'll cover my mushrooms up for a minute. And this is, I want to make sure you're seeing this. It's hard because this is a big tub. So what I do when I'm printing is I will take this bottom foil pan and take it out of the blue lid. You're gonna mist down this lid. Mist it down, not like where it's dripping, but a good heavy coating of mist. And you're going to put it on top. Having that extra moisture in there will allow it to drop spores longer. And then make sure you don't forget to label what you are printing. And this is it for part 1 of printing, friends. Love you so much. Okay, friends. So I've gotten as many prints as I can on this, which was about 40, something like 40 prints. The mushrooms, I have really high standards for what is print worthy, and so I don't usually like to print second or third flush, but because I do a sealed grow, I can, and I don't have to worry that there's contamination. But so basically what we're going to do now is just plow through this cake. I want to show you. I feel like some people take, hours to harvest a tub. You don't need to take hours to harvest a tub. Get some clean hands in there, or with gloves, and just grab, pull, twist and pull. Grab, twist, pull. God, these are coming out so easy. They're like a dream. If you're having trouble getting them to just lift right out, they should come out very easily. You want to hydrate a little bit with some misting. That'll loosen up your substrate. hope that this part is helpful to somebody. If you find that you just like it's taking too long and you're like, oh my gosh, this takes forever. Nope, it shouldn't. It's a fast, quick thing. And I can do it in like no time at all. I just focus on getting the ones out that I want for printing first and then cleaning up the rest of the tub. Now we're just kind of in the cleanup phase. Get these, don't want any mushrooms left in there because they will rot and be stinky. Why I do the pull method instead of the cutting is I don't like stumps in my grow. They rot, they smell bad. It's just another vector for contamination. No thank you. I used to, when I started out, cut them. And as soon as I started pulling them, I never went back. Make sure you get any side pins. If you have a liner, you may not have side pins. I don't do liners. As far as picking stuff, whoa, I just tore my cake up. Should probably pay attention. In terms of, well, we'll talk about it in a second. I want to focus on this first. I want to get this done nicely. Nice. Be nice. Thank you, Zico Cake, for providing me such a beautiful, bountiful flush of mushrooms. I appreciate that. I'm so grateful. And hope you continue to fruit and be healthy. Just gonna turn my cake. See, this is what happens when you are low moisture and you in your environment and it's dry here, and you do not use a liner in the winter. I usually do use a liner, but I hadn't on this one, so I do have a lot. But again, I want to emphasize that this is nothing to worry about. This isn't something we can't take care of. It's no big deal. I think that we worry a little too much in mushroom growing, and there's nothing to worry about. This is a 14-quart tub, if anybody was wondering. I believe it's a 14-quart tub. I got this at Dollar Tree for $1.25 for the top and $1.25 for the bottom. Just gonna turn this and get the side. All right, I got a few more on the front here. I mean, like, I try to make sure I pick it pretty clean, but I don't worry too much. And the volume of, like, what I do growing, I don't really have time to be worried about, being too perfect. And honestly, it's just not necessary. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit, get some of this dirt out of it. Again, not too worried about it at all. I'm not putting a paper towel in there to clean it up. We're on the bottom because I don't want to introduce any contamination. Oops, and at this point, it's not contaminated. We're fine. It's been sealed. I'm breathing on it. I'm not sick anymore, thank God. Alrighty. Okay, so what next? What next? I'm going to remove my gloves. And I'm going to take a paper towel and spray it with some alcohol or some hydrogen peroxide, works fine, I guess. I just use alcohol, it's whatever. And I'm just gonna clean up the sides. I'm not touching the cake, I'm just cleaning off the sides of the tub a little bit. mostly like spores, little bits of substrate that came off while I was picking mushrooms. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry and don't waste your time. All right, so now for the fun part. We are going to rehydrate this cake. The way that I like to do that is with a sterile swab. Don't touch the swab if you're not wearing gloves. So I'm just gonna grasp it here toward the cotton part because I won't be using that part. And I'm just gonna puncture my cake all over. You can either heavily mist it, but this is a really big cake, so I'm actually gonna dunk it. Because misting would take a long time and it would make my hand hurt really bad. All right, I feel like I've gotten it pretty good. We can save this buddy for something fun for a minute. All right, so I only use alkaline water, 9.5 balanced pH. The reason to use alkaline water for misting, or at the very least distilled water, even if you don't want to do alkaline, although it's like $3 for a gallon, lasts forever, is the reason is that trichoderma and other molds, they like alkaline temperatures. Alkaline meaning low pH. If you change the pH of your substrate and get it at 9.5, you can create an environment that mushrooms can still grow in, but that competing molds won't have as easy a time rooting in. Also, using tap water, your pipes aren't 100% clean. I wouldn't trust that. So I have filled my tub. I've got about 1.5 inches of water in there. My cake is floating. I'm not going to bother to weigh it down. I never do. So now I'm just going to put my lid back on, and I'm going to tape it up because it does have some gaps here, and I'm just going to put it back in my little grow closet, and I'm going to leave it until tomorrow, and then I'll drain it out and wipe down the inside again. And all this little, like the little loose dirt will just, pour right out the side, which is awesome. Got my Dollar Tree electrical tape. I ripped the handles out. That's why this tape is here, because the handles had left little holes in the tub. Whoa, look at it flying. There we go. All right. Taping a little high because I'm going to have to double tape this each side. And then tomorrow I'll just unwind the tape. I'll round a corner and then I'll pour it. I won't even have to take the tape off all the way. I'll just take it off the corner and pour it out the side of the corner into the sink. I did not leave myself a lot of room here with all these mushy babies next to me. So I'm gonna have to do some creative maneuvering. Thank you so much, friends. We will meet on Discord to discuss at the normal time. Love you. Have the best day ever.